Thank you all for coming today. Most of you here probably know me. My name is Steve Bullard. I'm Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at SFA. But again, thank you for coming in spite of a pandemic and being here for something significant this afternoon. Earlier today, we had a ceremony on the RELLIS campus of Texas A&M, which if you're not familiar with, you can Google that and find everything you'd ever like to know. It's a wonderful partnership that they built there, showing true vision and leadership to build something that other universities are not doing right now. And that is, as you all know, A&M is the flagship institution of a system with 10 additional regional comprehensive institutions. What they're offering on the RELLIS campus is an academic alliance with Blinn College, which allows students at Blinn College to seamlessly transition into academic degree programs right there. So they're getting first-class, four-year institution instruction with the home environment of a regional campus. It's very intentional and it's very well done, and they have done something very significant. They are doing something significant, showing true leadership. So thank you for coming today and sharing with us an exciting announcement about SFA's partnership with them. And in a moment, their chancellor and our president will share remarks that tell you exactly what's going on with that. As we start, I'd like to introduce a couple of individuals that may not be familiar to our SFA friends, but to the far left on the front is Dr. Jim Nelson. He is the Associate Vice Chancellor of the Strategic Initiatives, which includes the RELLIS campus. He has responsibility for all of the physical plant headaches of building all those facilities out there, is the way I look at it. Also, in the middle is Dr. Nancy Jordan. She's the Associate Vice Chancellor for the RELLIS Academic Alliance and Provost of their campus. So she is the Chief Academic Officer. And of course, Chancellor John Sharp. I'm going to ask him to come here in just a minute to the microphone. I was asking his Vice Chancellor for instruction whether I should give a long introduction or a brief one, and he said very, very brief, so very brief. I want you to know something about Mr. Sharp. What you really need to know is that the A&M system is a $6.5 billion operation with 151,000 students. That tells you about Chancellor Sharp, and he will tell us now about his vision and helping accomplish what's being done at the RELLIS Academic Alliance. Chancellor Sharp.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate very much the opportunity to be here. Somebody asked me a while ago if this is my first trip to Stephen F. Austin. This is my probably 200th trip to Stephen F. Austin. 190 of those were when I was a student at Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to drive here blindfolded from dorm 2 at Texas A&M. You remember at the time we had no what you call women at A&M, and you did. Anyway, it's wonderful to be here. There's obviously a lot of things in common between Stephen F. Austin and Texas A&M. Our Texas A&M Forest Service, I think 90% of the employees in our Texas A&M Forest Service got degrees from this place here, and we have a whole bunch of things in common. But what we have always known, and what Texans have always known, is that this place produces as good a teachers as there is on planet Earth, period. And those teachers are spread from here all over the state of Texas. We also are aware that the most important profession for the future of the state of Texas is well-trained teachers for the classrooms, period. So let me tell you a little bit about what the RELLIS campus is and expound on a little bit what the provost said. In 2015, 2016, we have this great relationship with Blinn College. Blinn is a community college from Brenham. In Brenham, they've got about 4,000 students. But in Brazos County, right next to Texas A&M, they have 14,000 students. And a whole bunch of those 14,000 students are from all 254 counties in the state of Texas. And many of them are there, thinking that might have a shot at going to Texas A&M in a couple of years. And some of them will. but a very small minority of them. And so what we noticed was happening with those 14,000 students is that they would finish their associate's degree at Blinn, and if they, didn't get into A&M, they would scatter to the wind or would simply stop their education. And we said to ourselves, we've got this 2,000-acre old Bryan airfield out here, and we decided to do two things with it. One thing has to do with research, just for Texas A&M University. And so the Army Futures Command, the hypersonics, the weaponry that will be developed for the United States will be developed at that campus. The Department of Defense just this week gave A&M the lead role among all universities in the country in developing hypersonic weapons and hypersonic vehicles and things like that. There's all kinds of research facilities there. But the real crux of what we wanted to do was to be able to look at those 14,000 kids from Blinn and say, you don't need to go anywhere else to get a degree. And so we invited our 10 regional universities, not Texas A&M, to come in. And they come to that campus, and after you graduate from Blinn with an associate's degree, you might get a business degree from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. You might get an engineering degree from Tarleton State, something else from Texarkana, something else from Prairie View, and those regional institutions. But none of them were doing, none of them chose to do the one that is the most important for Texas, and that is, in my opinion, training teachers. And no one, in my opinion, of virtually any school can do it as well as Stephen F. Austin has done it for 100 years. And so we were really pleased when the president came to us and said, I want to be the first university outside of the A&M system to go on the RELLIS campus and offer teaching certificates and education degrees to these students, and that's what's fixing to happen. And so what we're announcing today here and earlier this morning in Brazos County is that Stephen F. Austin is going to be the first university outside of the A&M system to join the RELLIS Academic Alliance and be the place that teaches those kids, offers those kids education certificates, education degrees at the RELLIS campus. And we're real excited about that. We think that, we know that when you graduate, these kids here, we see them all over the place. I've seen your kids in El Paso. I've seen them in Midland. I've seen them in the Rio Grande Valley and every place else. There's very few students that are in such demand as the students that come out of this university. And we're real proud and real excited that we're going to offer that to these students, as well as students that come from other parts of the state. I mean, you have other places like Austin Community College that may send kids there after 2 years. You may have Lone Star College out of Houston and several others. It's not restricted to Blinn, but we think it's going to become one of the fastest growing offerings that we have at that campus. It's growing much faster than we thought. We thought in total we'd have maybe 150 or 200 kids by now. Between us and Blinn, there's over 2,000 on this campus. We are building buildings as fast as we can. We've got another one that's fixing to be finished in the spring, academic building. Blinn is building another one just approved to go to it. And we'll certainly have the space and resources to do it. So we're real happy that President Gordon has decided, and the dean and all the folks here at Stephen F. Austin to join the RELLIS Academic Alliance, and we think it's going to be a great service to the state of Texas and to these kids, because these kids don't have to pack up their stuff, move somewhere else. And this is the second or third lowest tuition in the state of Texas at this academic alliance. And so it's one of the things we're proudest of, is it is going to be one of the most affordable programs that exist anywhere in the country. There isn't anything like this academic alliance anywhere in the United States that we know of. And Stephen F. Austin is going to be a really great and proud addition to that, and I have great thanks to the president for doing it. I'd like to turn it over to him.
So it's an honor to be here today and share the stage with our A&M partners and Chancellor Sharp. Thank you for your kind words. The SFA campus and the RELLIS Alliance share a very important goal, and that is we want to reshape education to meet the needs of our Texas students. And so the RELLIS campus is a tremendous model, as Chancellor Sharp has indicated. And you know, when you have a alliance where multiple institutions are offering programming in one location, that's innovative. And many of you know that innovation is the key to success. And mark my word when I say that this kind of campus model will be replicated across the United States. It's a tremendous model. SFA is so excited to be the currently only non-A&M system school. We're excited about offering our early childhood through 6th grade academic program on this campus. And we're hopeful, well, we're more than hopeful. We know that this is going to be a tremendously popular program. You know, it's interesting because about a year ago, Chancellor Sharp and I sat down at the airport. Remember that? We had a great conversation. I walked away from that meeting knowing that Chancellor Sharp thinks about innovation. He thinks about alliances, collaborations, and to be part of this innovative model is really something special, and we're very excited about that. You know, our education program, as the Chancellor said, is very special and known across the state. In fact, across the nation. And to have this alliance and be part of this alliance is going to just expand that education program to new territories, new geographies, and really spread the word about the excellence of our campus. This program is a completer program. This program will teach students about pedagogy. It will teach students about hands-on experiences. It will teach students advocacy. And most importantly, it will be giving our students and students participating transformational experiences. So we're really excited about moving forward with this. And also, just as important, many of the students who will be in this program at the RELLIS Alliance will be students from Blinn College, the Brenham campus, and the Bryan campus. And those are students who will benefit from participating in this program because they won't have to leave home. They don't have to leave their jobs. They don't have to leave their families. They can stay right there in the Brazos Valley and complete their education degrees. So this is a tremendous opportunity to expand. This is a tremendous opportunity to provide our outstanding educational program to additional students. And I can guarantee you this, that this is a model that will be expanded upon. This is a model that other states will look at and say, we want to emulate this. And so I'm very pleased to be here to announce this partnership. I'm excited about the future. You know, we've already started talking about what are other ways we could collaborate and partner. And so thank you all for being here, and we will take any kind of questions that you may have. And I do have a gift that I would like to give Chancellor Sharp so he can put prominently in his office.
I will. And I have one for you. Actually, this is big enough for you and your wife to get into. I don't know who picked that out.
Actually, I'm going to have fun growing into this.
Yeah, right.
A lot of pizza.
And I'll put this proudly on my office wall. Thank you.
Thank you.
do have some time for questions, and also, let me just indicate that there'll be a full-size lumberjack just like this one in the hallways on the RELLIS Academic Alliance. The students will be lumberjacks. We'll be hiring a full-time faculty member to be located there at the facility, as well as adjunct faculty. The classes will be delivered on-site. It's part of their vision of creating that comprehensive regional campus experience for students who might not otherwise have that opportunity. So we're excited to be part of that. And I think what you're seeing today, of course, is not just vision, but vision combined with energy and actions. Also, as we go to questions, we have the Dean of our Perkins College of Education and others here who can answer anything that you might want to know. So we're glad to open the floor. Any questions at all? Donna?
Well, I think the elephant in the room is this possibly the first step of SFA wanting to be in the Texas A&M system?
Chancellor Sharp, could you hear that? You might want to repeat it.
What was the question?
The question was, is this the first step in SFA becoming part of the Texas A&M system? No.
Can you elaborate?
No. No, we have a great relationship. We are independent. We enjoy being independent. We have a wonderful collaboration, a wonderful relationship, and we're all very happy with that at this point.
Chancellor? Chancellor, would you comment?
No.
It is a win-win-win-win relationship because the RELLIS Alliance wins by our presence. We win by participating. Everyone wins, but most especially the students who will have new opportunities. Yes?
When are classes expected to begin?
Fall of 21.
Coming fall.
Yeah, fall of 21.
And is the cost of classes and instructors and all that shared, or is that?
I'm going to ask Dr. Jordan to talk about that because the specifics.
Does the tuition go to A&M or to SFA?
Okay, I'm going to ask her to say that too because that's an important question, Donna. And notice that it's shared, and so they have shared ownership as well, which means they will be helping us recruit. They have a stake in making this successful.
Yes, we do have a financial model so that tuition and fees are shared among the RELLIS folks and the SFA folks. SFA will be responsible for hiring and paying the salaries of the faculty and any associated costs with the faculty, such as travel or research or that kind of thing. RELLIS provides the facility, we cover utilities, housekeeping, maintenance, technology, but we also have several staff members that do recruiting, admissions, advising, leadership, then student activities, student support systems, library services, all the services that you would expect to support the students so that they have the experience of a regional comprehensive university. Yes.
But to be clear, the degree won't say anything about RELLIS. I mean, the degree will be a Stephen F. Austin degree, right? Okay.
We'll be here, we'll continue to be here for a while. If anyone has any questions, I think, Hardy, we want to take a few pictures here. But before, that will kind of close our event, but before we do, I also want to mention something important. We have gifts for our visitors, of course. But I want to thank Chef Todd and a senior culinary student, Arlene Tercios. At the back there, please partake of what they've done. It's a pumpkin praline bread pudding. And I know that our visitors are going to take some of that home on them, and it will be very good on the plane ride or whenever. And also, please feel free to take one with you. Chef Todd, I'm giving them away at this point, but that's why they were made. And so we fundamentally appreciate that. We've been bragging about you guys all day. We have an outstanding culinary program here, thanks to Shay Runnels and several others. At this point, again, we will adjourn for some picture taking, and I hope that everyone will stay and visit and continue to ask questions. We'll be glad to answer, tell you anything that we know about this. So thank you again, everyone, for coming. We can have another meeting like this here in the future and talk about the success story. So anyway, have a great afternoon, and thank you.